Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Denise, and today I just want to talk about how life has been after quitting social media. So I probably quit social media about 2 months ago, so not that long ago at all. I'm already seeing like so many benefits that come from it, and I am not here to hate on social media. There are many good things that come from it. I actually used to use social media a lot for my small business. I don't so much anymore just because I'm no longer really running that small business anymore, at least for the time being. But the first thing I want to touch on is how much time has just like been freed up in my life after quitting social media. As I mentioned in my previous video where I talked about some things that I quit in order to live a more slower paced life, social media has just been consuming a lot of my time and also just depleting a lot of my mental energy. As someone who's always struggled with mental health, like basically my whole life, and not blaming it on social media whatsoever, because even from a young age, I've always struggled with a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of depression. It's just something that, you learn to manage over time, and there's ups and downs. I don't think it's something that's ever gonna like completely go away, and that's okay. Anyways, that's probably a whole nother subject. But social media does really take a toll on your mental health, at least it did for me, and I believe that it can for many people. Obviously, I'm not the only one who's talked about this. We are just not meant to be viewing other people's lives 24/7. And also, even though we all are pretty much aware that a lot of the snippets people show on social media, especially influencers, but really everyone on social media, those snippets that we see are just a highlight reel. But oftentimes we really just do forget, and it does create a lot of comparison. It can create a lot of depression. Yeah, so just the first thing that I have gained after quitting social media is just my time. And going along with that, obviously, now that I have all this extra time that really was always there before, it was just being consumed by social media or scrolling on my phone. I now have time for hobbies, which I have gotten into reading. I've gotten more into baking. It's also freed up some time to get my chores done quicker. And number two is that it's truly helped me with my attention span, not only in conversations with other people, but in other tasks that I might be doing or trying to focus on, including reading, including watching a movie or a show with my husband, or even by myself, although I don't really watch TV by myself. But anyways, I was just the type of person who would be watching a movie and also be scrolling on my phone at the same time, and I wouldn't really be able to focus on the movie. I would get not bored, but it was just hard to focus on a plot, just because I guess I was just so used to that instant, I don't know what it would be, but instant dopamine hit in my brain, just constant little short reels or short videos, stories, things like that are very quick and fast moving, and just a lot of information in very little time. And when it came to just sitting down and watching a movie or a TV show, yeah, it's embarrassing, and it's crazy how difficult that was for me. And I used to be someone who loved watching shows, loved watching movies, and over time it just got worse and worse, to where it would even annoy my husband a little bit because I wasn't paying attention, and it would be halfway through the movie and I was like, what's going on? But yeah, I'm now able to just sit down and put my phone away and just focus on what's in front of me, one thing at a time. And also just in conversations, not that I would be the person to be on my phone while having a conversation, but I think my brain was just wired in such a way that I would just start thinking about other things. It was really hard to focus on the person in front of me speaking, and I think maybe my brain's just rewiring, and I'm able to focus more on conversations and just overall be more present. And number three is that I have just stopped comparing myself to other people as much as I used to. Obviously, we're humans. I think it's in our human nature to naturally compare ourselves to other people with or without social media. However, social media just heightens that to the max. just because there's so much out there, so many different influencers, so many different opinions, so many different values. It just feels like it's so much information being thrown at you constantly, telling you how to think, what to wear, what you need. And it's like a lot of things you don't really even need. It can also get confusing, like trying to find your personal style. You know, I found myself following all these different influencers or seeing all these different people, and it felt like I was more so copying their style. Personally, I'm most comfortable in simple, functional, everyday outfits. And while I can and do appreciate all these outfits that people on social media are showing out there, since I've like drawn myself away from that, I no longer feel the need to, well, number one, buy more clothes, and number two, keep up with trends. I was never really into trends very much, but I mean, every once in a while I would see some things that I would like and I would buy them and then later kind of regret it. I think part of it was also just me trying to buy things in order to make myself feel happy in times where I wasn't feeling so great. But obviously, you know, that feeling of excitement and happiness of opening a new package or a new clothing item only lasts so long, right? And also, as I am approaching 30, finding my own personal style has been something that is important to me. But at the same time, I don't want to go into my 30s caring about what other people think of me. I really just want to keep it simple and minimal and just get back to those roots. My point is, it feels like everything is fashion nowadays. Everything moves so fast. There's all these micro trends that come and go so quickly. So it was just like this feeling of never-ending overconsumption that just kind of floods your feed. Ever since quitting social media, I have been able to just enjoy simple outfits again and feel okay in my simple outfits and just feel cute and confident. Okay, so the fourth thing is that it has improved my relationships with friends and family, with my husband, with my parents. It has just overall helped me to be more present and just pay more attention, have more meaningful conversations, or just being okay with just like sitting in silence and enjoying each other's company. And the fifth thing that I just wanted to mention is that quitting social media has somewhat made me feel like a kid again, in the sense that when I was a kid, before I ever had a phone, before social media even existed, the days just felt slower because we didn't have this constant distraction. And yes, we felt bored a lot. And obviously when you're younger, you don't really see the beauty in it. You're just annoyed that you're bored. But now it just feels so blissful to just hear the birds chirping outside. The sun is shining through the window. My husband's sitting on the couch. I'm sitting on the couch. We're both fully present in the moment. There's no distractions. We're having a conversation. We're watching a good show, a good movie. I don't know. It's just time goes by slower and it feels a lot more peaceful. I can go to bed early. I don't know. The list goes on, but I think you get what I mean. It just kind of rids that distraction and forces you to look up at the life you're living. And yeah, for a long time, I just felt like my days were passing by so quickly, and I would look up and I didn't know where the time went. And I mean, we already feel that as it is, with or without social media. So just taking away that distraction and living your life without feeling the need to document every single moment or distracting yourself because you're bored. It's okay to be bored. And I think there are many mental health benefits in allowing yourself to just sit in silence, sit in peace, focus on one thing at a time, focus on reading a book, focus on just sitting and eating your breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever meal you're having without playing something or without scrolling on your phone. Focus on that one thing that you're doing. It's easier said than done, actually, which is crazy, but I really recommend you to try it. I'm not saying everyone has to completely quit social media. It's just something I've decided to do. I'm not saying I'm going to quit it forever, but it's not a big deal if I do. Okay, well, I guess that's it for this video. I am going to go cook something. My husband's coming home for lunch, for his lunch break. He's currently working, and I need to go make us some lunch. But I will see you next time. Bye.